What's up everybody, D-Man back. Welcome to a brand new video, and today we're going to be doing another Godzilla King of the Monsters discussion video. So in today's video, I want to address full on in its own video, what are the new monsters we're going to be seeing in Godzilla King of the Monsters? It has been confirmed by Michael Dougherty at SDCC that we will be seeing additional monsters along with Godzilla, Mothra, Rodan, King Ghidorah, our Toho classics. We will be seeing new monsters along with them. Who are we going to be seeing? Well, we got some hints to that in the Godzilla King of the Monsters trailer. I think it's very interesting. Of course, our first looks at these monsters, we see big legs coming up through the ground in some sort of oil rig. We also see a big mountain explode and start to come to life, so that's very cool. We don't really know exactly how many new monsters we're going to be seeing in King of the Monsters, but I think if you go on the Monarch website, there's something like 20 to 21 locations on the Monarch website suggesting that there's potential titans in those locations. If you subtract the 3 we know for sure, Mothra, Rodan, King Ghidorah, we're left with about 17 or 18. If you subtract one more for Godzilla, that's like 16, 17. We think one in the Pacific is Skull Island, so that's like 15, 16 monsters that are going to be in the movie that are new, potentially. I still think that a lot of the locations we see on the Monarch website are actually going to be linked to just like, hey, look, it's a Mothra appearance. It's this Great Smog of London. Or like, hey, look, it's the power plant from Godzilla 2014. So I think a lot of them will be locations. I don't think they all will be titans, but let's just say 16 new titans in the King of the Monsters movie. Definitely not going to be that many. It's probably going to be closer to 10 to 15. I think Michael Dougherty has hinted at that range before. Who are we going to be seeing? That's the big thing. Who are we going to be seeing? Who's included in these 10 or so? I think Kong's a safe bet. I really do. I think Kong's a safe bet. I think another safe bet would be a Muto. Dead. We see its head. That's a safe bet. You know, we've already seen it, so there you go. And when I say Kong, I don't mean we're actually going to see him. I think we may see like archival footage of him on a TV or something like, look, recovered from Skull Island. I don't think we're actually going to see him, but they will mention him. They said they will mention him in the movie by name. That's cool. As for the others, though, who are they? Who could they be? Could it be the 2013 SDCC monster returning? No, I don't think so. I don't think he'll ever come back. There was a placeholder monster in 2014. I don't think we're going to be seeing him anytime soon. I don't know. It's really hard to speculate on monsters that we've never seen before, so let's focus on the ones that we have. The giant legs coming out of the ground in the oil rig. Who could it be? Popular fan theories include Kumonga, and that's really it. I mean, Ebra has been talked about ever so slightly, but no, Ebra doesn't live in a desert. He's a giant crustacean, so like, no, he's in the water. Who could it be? Kumonga? No, it's not Kumonga. There's a million reasons why it isn't Kumonga. It's not Kumonga because why on earth would Legendary pay for the rights to a giant spider? They can just make their own giant spider. It's not hard to do. You can just literally make a normal spider and then make it big. People will be like, ah, it's scary. But you don't have to pay for the rights just to get a little name. That's insane. That is literally the equivalent of someone who buys a Supreme hoodie. There's no reason for it. You can just buy a normal hoodie that doesn't have your stupid little logo on it, and then you're golden. It's the same quality, just with a different name. Legendary's smarter than that. They're not going to spend so much money just licensing Kumonga so that they can get a big spider. They're just going to make their own spider. We know that because they did it in Kong Skull Island. They've already done that. They've already had a giant spider in the Monsterverse, and it wasn't related to Kumonga at all. I think it will be either a generic giant spider or it will be some sort of crazy scorpion monster. I lean more towards scorpion monster because scorpions are much more original in terms of giant kaiju than spiders. It could be like a crab-like monster, but again, I don't know why it'd be in the desert, not the ocean. Maybe it just like wound up there in the Hollow Earth when the oceans depleted or something, and the land formed over the monsters. Maybe it was supposed to be in the ocean and it's just not. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I have no idea. So yeah, I think it will be a cool new original monster that is unrelated to our previous Toho boys. What about the big guy coming out of the mountain though? What about him? It's Anguirus, right? No. It's not Anguirus. A lot of people are saying it's either Anguirus or Baragon. Those are the big ones I've heard. I've heard some people throw out Megalon. Definitely not Megalon. It just isn't. So Baragon, we'll discuss that. It's probably not going to be Baragon because no one would know who that is. You'd throw Baragon in the movie and like 4 people in the theater would be like, yes. And everyone else would be like, big dog with ears? Like, what? No, it's not going to be Baragon. He also just, like, he's not special enough, and what's the point? Anguirus could be. He's not really one to burrow, though. Like, he's done it in, like, one movie or something like that. Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. Maybe he does it in Final Wars. I don't really think he does. I guess, yeah, Anguirus kind of has demonstrated that he'll burrow in the past, so I'm sure it could be him. It isn't, though. There's a number of reasons why it isn't. If it was Anguirus, we'd see defined details in the dirt. We'd see the mountain form in a shape where it would reveal that there are spikes on his back. It would cave in where there weren't spikes. It'd be all misshapen. What we see in the trailer is just literally a hill. I think whatever's under it is like actually round. So, no, I don't think it's going to be Anguirus. That just wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. It wouldn't make a lot of sense to put Anguirus there. And the other reasons it wouldn't be Anguirus are because, again, us Godzilla fans, we know who Anguirus is, but they're not going to shell out the money to get a character who the general public isn't going to know. That's why they didn't introduce, like, Destroya in this movie, because if it was all of a sudden Godzilla vs. Destroyer, or Biollante, that's a better one, because Biollante was a better fan theory back when 2014 came out. A lot of people thought Biollante would be the follow-up for whatever reason. Biollante, sure. The reason they didn't pay for Biollante is because you throw Biollante in here and everyone goes, who is that? Is that like the Mutos? Is that new for this movie? It's not worth it. It's not worth shelling out that much money just to get the rights to a character that no one will recognize but Godzilla fans. I don't think they're going to put Anguirus in here. It doesn't make any sense why they would. You know, I just don't know why on earth they would. Personally, I do believe strongly that this will be either a brand new monster. We've never seen it before. We have no idea what it looks like. Or the big guy from Godzilla Awakening, the big mountain monster. They did confirm at LA Comic-Con that Godzilla Awakening was still relevant to the MonsterVerse. So there is potentially a carryover that we will see from Awakening into Godzilla King of the Monsters. Otherwise, what's the point of telling us that? Why not just be like, man, no, it's not canon, everyone hated it. But they were like, no, listen, it is still relevant, it is still canon, parts of it are. So why would they go through the struggle of making that point if it wasn't relevant to the MonsterVerse? You know, it's probably going to come back up somehow, some way. This could be the somehow, some way. Maybe it is the giant mountain monster from Godzilla Awakening. I think that's a great theory. The last one, though, that I've heard is ridiculous. It is, who is the monster falling from the sky? I did a whole video on it a couple days ago. You know, I'm saying I think it's either Rodan or Ghidorah. A lot of people really strongly believe that it's Godzilla. The other two theories I've heard, just ridiculous. Gigan. It is Gigan falling from the sky. Remember how we saw Gigan on the Rodan? No. The Gigan on the Rodan painting was not Gigan. It was just a coincidence that it looked like that. They're not going to pay for Gigan. They're not going to throw him in the MonsterVerse because he just doesn't fit the MonsterVerse. He's ridiculous. He's silly. He would not fit the MonsterVerse. So no, it's not going to be Gigan. The other one that I've heard a whole bunch is Gamera. They've said, Legendary has the rights to Gamera. We know it. We know they do. It's going to be Gamera. It's not going to be Gamera. They're not going to put a giant flying turtle in the MonsterVerse this early in. It just, fans who are general fans would not respond to it well. General audiences would not respond to it well. He's also like a main villain. If you're going to put Gamera in a Godzilla movie, you're going to make it a big deal. You're not going to hide him in the trailer and be like, hey, look, maybe you know what it is. Maybe it's Gamera. And then the movie comes out and you're like, oh man, it's Gamera. No, the movie's going to be like Godzilla vs. Gamera. They're going to advertise that. They're going to let people know who Gamera is. You're going to get familiar with them. The fans will get hyped. They're not just going to sneak it in there. Something real sneaky that they're sliding on in. Also, I will remind everyone that Michael Dougherty did confirm that there will be old and new monsters appearing in Godzilla King of the Monsters. He didn't just say there will be new Toho monsters in Godzilla King of the Monsters. No, he said old and new. I think we are seeing the new monsters. I think the Toho monsters are the ones we know about. We know that because we know Legendary bought the rights to them. We never heard Legendary bought the rights to any other monster. We would have found out by now. These are the new monsters Michael Dougherty was referring to. He did say we will be seeing new monsters in the movie, and ultimately, here's what it comes down to. No matter who they are, if it is Anguirus, if it is Kamunga, who cares? I know that sounds harsh, but hear me out. I'm seeing a lot of people get really excited to see Anguirus in the MonsterVerse. He's gonna fight Godzilla. It's gonna be destroy all monsters. That's not what this movie is. This is Godzilla King of the Monsters. This isn't Destroy All Monsters 2.0 Final Wars. This is Ghidorah the three-headed monster in the modern day. We know that. We know this movie is going to be Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Rodan. We know they're the main monsters in the movie. These other guys, Anguirus, whoever they are, they're going to be small cameos. From what I understand, there will be small cameos placed potentially at the beginning or very end of the movie. They're not going to be seen throughout constantly. They're not going to have more than 1 minute of screen time a piece, potentially, if that. They're not going to be a major part of this film. They're probably going to be used just to show that, yes, there are more Titans on Earth. Somehow, some way, maybe Ghidorah, maybe Charles Dance, maybe Vera Farmiga on accident. Somehow, some way, they will get woken up. I think it'll be used to show that this is the cataclysmic event that Vera Farmiga was warning about. It'll lead into Godzilla vs. Kong, but it is not going to be a main focus of this movie. The main focus of this movie will probably be King Ghidorah, not Anguirus. He's just, it'd be shoehorning him in. It would crowd up the movie to an extent which I'm uncomfortable with. I know a lot of other people are. It's not just me. It would bog the film down. It would introduce too much at once. The film would become bad if we introduce all these Toho monsters and we just throw them all at you. We hope you know who they are. We hope it lands. It won't work. It just, I don't see a way that it could. I just don't. Legendary doesn't have the rights to these guys. It would bog the film down. Sure, fans would love it. No one else would get it, though. There's no point licensing these characters when you can just create new monsters yourself. Michael Dougherty confirmed there would be new monsters in the movie as well. And ultimately, they're going to be small cameo roles that won't have a major influence on the rest of the film. So it's not going to be any of our Toho boys. I think all the other monsters, other than our 4, are going to be new monsters. Here's the really big reason why I don't want it to be any of these monsters. And I really don't want it to be any of these Toho monsters. It would ruin it for the future. If we have a MonsterVerse after Godzilla vs. Kong, any Toho monster who shows up in those movies that we've seen in King of the Monsters already, it won't feel special. We'll be like, oh yeah, there's Anguirus. We already knew he exists in this universe. There's Gamera. We saw him fall from the sky. It won't feel special. It won't feel like an event. It'll just feel like, yep, there they are. I guess that's a thing. I think it's a big waste of their potential. I just don't see it going that route. I don't know, guys. I know a lot of people are really excited to see their favorite Toho Kaiju return. If that's you, if you're really excited, maybe you can make a case. Maybe you can make the argument for why it is Anguirus or why we need Anguirus in this King of the Monsters movie. I just don't see it. I don't. But you guys can make the case. I'm not the ultimate ruler of this stuff. I didn't make the movie. I'm just speculating on it. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. D-Man, out.